This video is a tour of my layout, which is called the EH&SR Railway. And the tour is largely done using a camera train. Hello, my name is Carol Flavin. I'm going to be talking to you today about my layout. My layout is called the EH&SR Railway. It's at my house. It's a private layout. It started as something for my grandchildren, expanded to something even bigger for them to use, and it's now a big square that sits in one of our bedrooms. It was my lockdown project. Of course, it's not quite finished. These things never are. But I do hope you enjoy seeing what I've done and how I've done it. One particular aspect of this video is that I'm going to be showing you quite a bit of camera train stuff, because I like running a camera train around my layout. It is and was designed to allow a camera train to run on it, and you just get a different feel for what a layout looks like when you get down at track level. This is a GoPro, by the way. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start by showing you a map of EH&SR Railway. My brother, David H. Smith, drew it up for me. He's also a well-known modeller, but he's much more of a fine-scale modeller than I am. What he's managed to capture, though, is the fact that there is an upper track that runs all the way around the outside of the layout and a number of lower-level tracks as well. This layout is large for a private layout. So this first photograph is from the doorway. It's at an angle because it was difficult to get a photograph of the whole thing. I'm going to tour it very quickly from the doorway in an anti-clockwise direction. We start at the front where there is a viaduct, go along a retaining wall and some arches that have shops in towards the church and the castle. Then we pan across past the village to the other side where there is a mountain and a castle. Then we go down past what is actually a harbour area and another village, and then go along the front on the rest of the viaduct, which runs along the front of the whole layout. This is an anti-clockwise tour, which is taken from the other corner. Slightly easier to photograph, and it's from a different angle. So first we see a village, then we go along over the viaducts and the bridges, round the corner where there's a station up on a higher embankment, past a manufacturing area, again towards the church and the castle, along past another village, and past the mountains where there are lots of crashing waterfalls. There's a harbour there in the front, there's Strines hamlet in the background, and in the front again there is the village. This is where I show you the layout in a bit more detail. We're on the higher track and I've turned the camera train inwards. So we start off at the station, go past Strines village, and we're going across a lift-up bridge with like a country park on it, past some hills, some mountains. We turn the corner, and what we're doing is heading across a retaining wall, over some arches and past the manufacturing yard. We go through a girder bridge, round the back of the church and the castle, and then we look down on Edgehay village, and as we go past that we can see the rest of the track in the distance. We're going to go through a tunnel here, and as we come out we're looking out towards the harbour and back towards the village. Next we're going on a forward facing train, still on the higher track. This gives you another and a different view of the same thing. We're going across the bridges and the viaduct at the moment, across the lift-up bridge, going round the corner, past a station, up above the manufacturing yard, and heading towards the church and the castle, over the girder bridge. As we go round the corner, down on the left is Edgehay village, and we're heading towards the mountains, and again we're going to go through the tunnel which shows how I've given access to any derailments or any other problems that might happen, because it's actually quite a long tunnel, this one. As we come out, you can just glimpse the harbour on the left there, and now moving on to the lower track. And again, we're going anti-clockwise. So we're going through a tunnel underneath the viaduct and the bridges. There's the viaduct on the right-hand side, under a road bridge, past the retaining walls on the right-hand side. There's a station on the left, there's the manufacturing yard, and on the right-hand side, there's some railway arches with shops in. We're now going past the girder bridge, out onto the main track. This track then continues round the layout towards the mountains, going through a tunnel and coming out on the other side where there is actually a lake and a river and a campsite. We're going through Strines hamlet and continuing through and then coming to a stop. This shorter clip, we're on the lower track facing inwards. We've come out through the tunnel, there's the river, there's Strines hamlet, and we're going to turn back onto the lift up section, past a lake and past a whitewater river. This is a very short section where I've turned the camera train outwards and we're going past a small station and having a quick look at Strines Harbour. I'm now running a train round the inner track, which is towards the back of the layout. This is the other tunnel next to the one I showed you before. And as we come out, we go past the retaining wall and the village on the right-hand side. We go through another tunnel underneath the castle and the church, and as we come out of that tunnel, we're heading towards the main line again. This is the final bit of the camera train, and it's on the very inner track, past a station facing inwards towards Edgehaven Village. Edgehaven Village is a pop-up hole, so it's possible for me to pick it up, lift it out in order to be able to get to the track and any other things that might need doing. As we come out, we're going to be going past the station and turning away from the inner track onto the main track again and coming to a stop by the mountains. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I will speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.